Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om. What is to be shared today?
See the light unto yourself in your own way originally.
வேற யாருக்கா என்ன சொல்றது இருக்க கேட்குறோம். வேற யார்? Suppose somebody wants to say, let everybody get an opportunity, na? Please suggest anything to be told, anything to be shared. Everyone should come forward, otherwise, there is no charm in this. Please tell us what is...
For clarity, comprehensive idea and commitment is necessary, and we must reflect.
We were requesting if others have any other point, let them suggest. Otherwise, only one person will ask and we keep on. Then that will not make them to think and bring it out. Hari Om. Every day when we try to attend the satsang program, everyone should have some point in their mind. We need not bother whether it has been repeated or not. If everyone comes and suggests one point, it would be very nice. That means some manana is going on, that is why they are telling. You may not be able to present it in a big way, but some point, what is it that you want us to share?
Some people feel very shy to ask.
Some people feel shy to ask.
Need not. Why should you feel shy?
I don't know, they say.
Everybody can be free, no?
Yes.
Our ashram is free from all protocols, all
People are coming, they're not asking only.
Formalities, no, everything, whatever they strikes to them in their mind, they can place it before us. That is, otherwise, what is the use? We will be telling what we are prompted to, that's all. Because this is not a discourse forum. This is purely a learning process. Everyone should come out with something.
Nobody is asking them, no, you can tell about Mataji Swamiji.
Please speak about Mataji.
Mataji's teaching, you can tell.
Mataji's teachings.
Mataji?
Teachings of Mataji. Teachings. Mataji's teachings.
On what subject?
No, some people are new Swamiji for them.
For new
Okay, wow. If there is anything, Mataji has touched upon everything, You can bring out anything. That is why, before coming to this, attending this program, if some preparation is made, then it will become effective. That preparation comes only because when we try to bring out some point. We have been sharing all these so many thoughts for a number of years now. Each one should be able to bring out some point, on which it should not be limited to one or two people.
She's telling something. What, auntie? Jayanti auntie?
They should ask and tell him.
Swamiji, that infinite expansion. Mataji.
One more chance. Anybody would like to have any particulars?
Coming here, this is surrendering philosophy is basically here, this Indian ocean.
What?
Surrendering philosophy is the leadership here. Whatever the mind says, we take it as a positive way and lead the mind to the positive way. Happening is also the positive. This is the observance for me accepted for my mind. So we can topic this surrendering philosophy.
Philosophy of surrender.
Surrender topic is okay.
Swamiji, infinite expansion.
She is telling infinite expansion.
1 minute. Somebody here said something about surrender. We will try. Because surrender that is the ultimate, In the spiritual journey, surrender is the one which we have to attain. if we try to understand it intellectually, to some extent it will help. So, surrender can come only when we start thinking about what all He has given to us right from the moment we were born till this moment. Only by going to these, the me and mine, the ego will try to get subdued, because ultimately we have to know that we owe everything to Him. We did not bring anything. We have not added anything. At the same time, we have been provided with everything. So that power which is behind Mother Nature and the society and has been taking care of me, I am unaware of it. Even the very life I did not plan. It has been given to me. So we cry and plead and appeal to Him. Intellectually, I have come to understand that bereft of you, I cannot exist. But the moment I start interacting with the events, individuals, objects, what comes before me is the me and mine first, not you. I have been trying various methods in the form of nama chanting, bhajan, reading scriptures. So many disciplines I have been undergoing. But still I feel that the me and mine is very strong. Kindly enable me to become aware of the bounteous gifts you have been giving. Probably I am not very clear about what you have been giving. When somebody says I hear, immediately the intellect says yes, it is truth. But beyond that I don't try to understand the truth. And not that I disbelieve the words of others, but it is the truth arrived at by them. I have not still experienced the truth. So kindly enable me to experience the truth. One method is like that, always try to become. Whenever we see an object, whenever we handle any creature comfort, whenever we become conscious of anything that makes our life possible, say for example the air. Without air, can I live? I cannot live. I know that. So who is providing the air to me? That power. So if that power is not there, air I cannot. Even if the air is there, if the power is not in me to make use of that facility called air, then also I cannot do the breathing. So like that we have to keep on doing this manana as much as possible during the daytime with the help of our Ramna. So every small thing, when we see, we try to connect. We may fail, we may forget, all those things are there. We find it difficult to remember constantly. But this first stage is we keep on reminding our mind to dwell on this. That means we have to set ourselves on a process rather than hearing or learning. I should make some initiative to set me on the process of realizing His bounteous nature. What all He has given to me, He has been giving to me through His creation. And by myself I have not done anything. I owe everything to Him, but I am not aware of it. Even the very language, which is the most needed thing to communicate with the world outside. With our own children, with our own parents, with our own elders, with our own teachers, with our own friends, with our own colleagues in the office. with our friends. What is it that makes us to communicate? Language. But do we really think that the language is a gift of God through somebody, because of which I am in a position to communicate with everybody? So Papa wants all of us to think deeply about this. What all you have done for me. Why don't you make me aware of that bond? Then only my ego will tone down. Otherwise it thinks I am planning, I am getting, I have worked, I have earned, I have used my intelligence, I have bought this, self-earned effort. All those things, it comes out. But behind and beneath this me and mine, you are there. When I attend sessions like this, I really understand. We do believe the words of Papa. So this is very important. Surrender, Papa used to say bluntly, there is no partial surrender. There is nothing like partial surrender. So we can say our attempts to surrender is there, but unknowingly, unwittingly, we become a slave to the me and mine. I want to get rid of it, no doubt about it. But somehow I am unable to free myself from its clutches. Papa says only intense prayer, aspiration. That alone can help us. So we chalk out some method. Puja Mataji used to say, if you want your I to die, then you must develop dasatva, servant attitude. It is not that your I should die first and then dasatva will come in. You must assiduously practice dasatva as you would memorize a lesson at school until you know it by heart. Here you must practice being humble until you really feel you are the humblest of all. Then your I will go of its own accord. Dasatva, I am the servant. To talk of surrender is very easy. Mataji say words. If there is real surrender, the sense of possession disappears completely. Some clues. One will not be particular in keeping or storing anything. Even if one keeps anything, he will part with it with the same joy that he has while he is keeping it. So we watch ourselves. Whether that mindset has cropped up. We have something, Somehow God made us to possess something. But when somebody comes and asks, are we in a position to give it straight away without a second thought? When you feel that you are doing everything by the will of God, then you have realized the secret of surrender. Outwardly we are only doing, we are talking, we are doing, so many things we are doing. But at our heart we have been asked to bring this dimension. Whenever we say with emphasis that we will not be lured into worldly affairs, Papa contrives things in such a way that we become compelled to take a dive into worldly affairs. So it is always better that one does not say emphatically that he is this or he is not this. Leave everything to him. Otherwise, he makes us to do the very things we abhor doing. We have to attain a childlike state, and we can do so only by surrendering ourselves completely to Papa. Now look at children. They laugh one moment, cry another moment. Neither condition makes any permanent impression on their mind. The real devotee has no will of his own. He has surrendered his will to God, and so he always tries to tune his will to God. The only way to know God's will and tune ourselves to his will is by taking Ram Nam ceaselessly. One cannot wash out prarabdha altogether. What is destined to happen does take place. But if we surrender to Papa, take his name, serve him in all, then the effects of prarabdha can be diluted to a large extent. A sadhaka should not bother about planets and planetary influences. He should surrender himself completely to the Guru, who will look after him. Whatever happens to him, he should regard as happening by the will of the Guru and for his own good. It is not for us to reform the world. We should take the world as it is with both good and bad, just as we love our own body, no matter what deformities or defects it contains. We should accept the world as Papa's creation, love it on that account, surrendering to the universal Papa seated in the hearts of all, and showing equal love and reverence for all. Our goal in life is to attain Papa within us, and we should never lose sight of this goal. We must turn to him and depend upon him as a child does its mother. Giving us contentment with every condition and circumstances in which we are is also in his hands alone. There is no such thing as our effort, but what we can do is to aspire for contentment and pray to Papa within us to make us happy. And every now and then it would be better if you go through the biographies of masters, because it is a proven testimony. It is not a story, it is not a theory, it is not philosophy. It is something that they have gone through and they have attained. So how did they get out of this? We may not be able to follow, but that will give us the confidence, because they were also like us. They did not come from the sky straight away, no. They were born to their parents, they were brought up in the society, and the awakening came to them in a mysterious way, and they were able to hold on to it, and ultimately they could scale the heights, and the surrender was complete in them. So when we keep on reading it, to some extent the mind will be, become receptive. Somebody asked about infinite expansion, no? As described by Mataji in Guru's Grace. So she has, like a child, she has explained. Initially she was in the small circle, and then it grew to a larger circle, then it got concentrated on masters, various masters, and however much she did, she was not satisfied. And then when God brought Papa into her life, Papa said, wherever you see, you should see it as him. So that is how the infinite expansion came. It is all easy to say. So first we will start by loving everything, There also the problem will come. Because loving everything means, how do I function in the society, in the family, in the professional field? Can I do that? Yes. Then whenever we fail, we forget, then we try to ask him. Then he gives us, when he said love, everybody means, it doesn't mean the love which we have labeled as love. We handle everything with a touch of love. Even if we have to take a disciplinary action against an erring employee, we have to take, But love, touch of love means we will not harbor any ill will towards him. We are not viewing it from our individual level. So when we hear the incidents of others who have done this, it gives us a push. Oh, it is possible. The other day we were telling, when an erring employee, when he was dismissed because of his not conforming with the rules and regulations, and finally he was irregular always in his attendance. So, but after dismissing him, after 6 months, he comes and asks for a conduct certificate. And the boss says, giving me a first-class conduct certificate. So when it was asked, we have dismissed him for this erring duty, how can we give a conduct certificate? So the reply given to him, it starts coming back to us often. How do we know that we are not transformed? The very fact that he has come here for a conduct certificate, that shows his, the ego is not there. So that transformation has taken place. So when we hear such incidents, the me and mind gets some clue as to how it can be subdued. Because if we view it from the me and mind, we will never give a certificate. And our mind will say we are doing the righteous thing. But here it is not like that. A touch of love is there. So each one can derive some method by which this surrender can be interpreted to us in our own language. We have heard the meaning of surrender through everybody, but we have not been so far able to implement it in our life. Even we revere Papa like God, every day we are reading his universal prayer, and we have not been able to surrender. So then we start thinking, Papa's own words, unless you have the inner sanction, that means I should align myself with the ideal internally, then only I will be able to do that. Hearing and learning, all those things will not help me much. But by going through these incidents that are happening in and around us, it might help. So whenever we happen to see a person who is humble, who does not arrogate, don't you think we immediately we have a positive approach towards him, positive attitude towards him? Nobody need to tell us. Automatically we develop a reverence for him, love for him. He is very innocent, we will say that, no? So we try to fill our mind with as many of such positive incidents. A couple of decades ago, Ashram started a value-based education program. The tool with which it was started was to share with them positive incidents. Because it was a sadhana for us, it will be an inspiration for the students. Every time when we repeat an incident, we are the gainers first. But in that process, they also get benefited. Nowadays also we are conducting camps in a smaller way. But we were told 2 days back when the teacher, they all had attended this program in 2000, At that time there was a movement, we named it as Mulya Prakashana Vedi, Forum for Enlightening Values. Under its banner, in a year we used to conduct about 45 to 50 camps. Saturday evening they will come. Sunday throughout they will be there. Sunday evening they will go. So they had attended this program and now probably they are the teachers and they brought their children. We were touched. So that means it was not a session. At least somebody got the benefit. They knew that values are so important to knit person together, to have a proper relationship with the rest of the creation. It is one step in spiritual science, spiritual journey. So when we ask about surrender, when we ask about how to expand ourselves, these are all some of the things which we can say that to very great extent it helps us. Along with that, our prayer should be there. Because when we share the anecdotes, still we are viewing it from the individual standpoint. We have not brought the God dimension in it. So the fullest benefit of such things can be had only when we add this dimension also. You made so and so to behave like that. You made us to observe that. You made us to get connected with that. So that means we are bringing him into the picture. So initial stage is to have positive incidents, to observe positive incidents, share the positive incidents, and then slowly try to think, is he not behind this? These are all drops in our efforts to make the surrender a reality. So let us try to go through once again. First we try to feel that what all we have been blessed with. Behind everything that we use right from morning till night, we try to go to the source of everything. And the source is only God, that power. And again, through Bhagavad Gita, he made us to understand that he is the eternal seed. So I owe my life also to him. I was thinking that I did not much bother about my source, because me and mind does not permit me to go beyond its realm. So I say self-earned. I was able to score 90%. I was able to get a placement. I was able to buy this. Like that, the mind keeps on telling even if we don't tell outside. And then, now we slowly start realizing that he is the life. When I was in the form of a seed in my mother's womb, this present me and mine had no role in it. Suddenly, you get awakened. When I was in my mother's womb for the next 9.5 months, I had no role in providing with these 200 odd beautiful organs. I also remember, because people say, I have seen when people, when a child is born, the child comes with nothing. So I also must have come without anything. Then I start listing myself, what all I need. And then I come to know that I have not done anything for it. So intellectually first I am getting convinced that I owe everything to that power. If I dwell more and more on it and try my own experiment to realize the truth. For example, if I close my nose, the struggle comes, When the struggle comes for breathing, then I realize I was able to prevent my breathing and I know the result, and the breathing goes on without my struggle. So like that little experiments we try to make to get convinced. Every day, 2 days, suppose the rainy season, suppose the sun is not there, I become dull. And my science teacher or the scientists keep on informing us that what all power the solar energy has. How does it make everyone active? Suddenly I start thinking, did I do anything for the existence of sun? We were in a place where we used to get, initially 3 to 6 months rain. So every now and then, whenever there is a sunny day, we keep all our beds, everything, outside. When we wash the clothes, we should get it dried, 2 days, 3 days, damp clothes. Do we like it? Now we can say, God has been kind enough to bring out washing machines and dryers. Even then, okay, you shift your priority from the sun to the washing machine, okay. But even then, washing machine is not the thing which I brought it out, So like that, my mind should keep on going through each and everything to know that He is there in the form of sun. He is there in the form of intelligence to bring out discovery, invention, innovation. Like that we should divide. It all depends on not merely hearing. We should make our own experiment in whatever way it is possible. The other day we were sharing, when we were drawing water from the well through that, what do you call it? You have to draw water, Pulley. There is a pulley there and a rope will be there, and when you do that, it goes out inside, takes the water, then when it comes to the surface level, we take it and use it. And then when we looked at the well, we did not see any dent. Normally, when we want to make a pit, we remove the mud. The dent is there, in the form of a pit. But here, when I take the water, it doesn't. So we start. That is how we little experiment. So suddenly we realize the wonderful theory of not complaining, grumbling, leveling itself by itself without any effort. Later on, when we heard about this Sthita Prajna in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, some connection is there between, I should always be like this. Whatever happens at the outer level should not have any impact on me. The water teaches. So you have provided water, I did not bring the water. Not only that it is absolute, I know that without water I cannot. Dehydration means finished. So not only that water is absolutely necessary for my very existence, it also teaches me. The air we were talking, not only that we know that without air we cannot, the air cleanses everything. We used to come initially to the ashram from 89 onwards in this manner, 15 days. So 15 days we lock the whole house, completely close all windows and doors, and then come here. When we go after 15, first job is to open all doors. Why? The stuffed one, inside. But the air goes without any effort, without my asking, requesting, commanding, ordering. It goes inside replaces the stuffed air with the fresh air. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I did not bring the air. In this way, we have to keep on watching everything intently and trying to understand the message God is giving us through the Panchabhutas, through every object. That will probably slowly tame the me and mine and will pave the way for understanding the real meaning of surrender. This also can be termed as infinite expansion. Please think about it. One by one, we not hearing. One should do something to see it. If learning you was sufficient, why is it that in spite of all the, yesterday we read Kenopanishad, no? But did we get registered in our mind? That with which the eyes see, but with the same eyes you cannot see that. When he said, if we don't do the manana, we will not be able to go near the meaning. We were remembering Omkarji Maharaj's peace prayer, which we regularly, daily, religiously, we repeat it in Anandashram. Essence of all Upanishads. But it will become a repetition, ritualistic exercise if I don't do the manana. So surrender can come only through all these. Plus His grace. So every now and then we have to plead. I have understood. Whatever you have given to me, I have understood. Still, I am not in a position to surrender myself totally. Understanding level is there, but not the experiential level. Please help me. I am unable to do it because of the baggage I carry. It does not prevent me from plunging into it. It drags me. I want to plunge myself. As Papa said, dip. I want to dip myself forever. I don't want to come out of it. But my baggage does not permit me. It pulls me up. Puja Mataji, when she was addressing a group of devotees, she said, you are coming to this ashram to learn universal love and service. What is the purpose of your coming here year after year without learning the ABC alphabets of universal love and service? You are afraid, you stand outside the mansion and show praises on Papa and go back without entering into the eternal Papa. And why you hesitate is, you will lose whatever you think as yours. You have been hugging as yours. That is the one. So when we read that, suppose we just read it and go, it will not help us. Does my stay in ashram help me in widening my love circle? I ask this question. Huh? Have I been able to adapt myself to any type of situation, normally which is named as adverse or testing or stressful? Instead of staying outside or instead of going to some other place, why do you made me to come to ashram? Out of your love for me, so that I will know something, I will hear first about universal love and service, something about surrender. Now you are now In order that I get fixed in it, you are bringing this topic again through somebody else. You prompted somebody to say something about surrender. Out of your love for me, because I have not yet surrendered fully to you, like that we must take. Because this is the ultimate thing we have to reach. Instead of getting stuck somewhere on something else, if we try to concentrate upon this salient, vital aspect of spiritual journey, that is surrender, rather than anything. So today's topic is very nice, very thought-provoking. Everyone can look back their own. How many years now I have gone through, how many temples I have visited, how many times I have chanted Ram Nam, how many times I have attended bhajan, how many times I have visited noble people, had their darshan. How many times I have gone through various slogas, how many discourses I have heard. Because nowadays, previously it was very difficult to attend all discourses. Now you have made it, on my room through a blessed thing called YouTube, so that I don't have to even struggle to come out, to travel, to go. All that I have to do is to switch on that. You have made it so easy for me to read it in my bedroom. But am I making use of it? So we keep on asking these questions to ourselves. This might help us. I won't say everybody will be able to do this, but this might help us. Please try. Because the topic is surrender. Every moment he places it. In the ashram compound, now some trees were to be felled. So they were using the cutting machine. It produces sound. So before we requested them, can you wait for 1 hour? He said, no problem. If you are on the tree, I cannot do that. I should not do that. Because they cannot come down and stop it. And if so many people are working there, if one man stops, the whole people will get stopped. So we went there and checked up whether it is possible. So he said, no problem, I can stop. That's the thing, they can take it. Okay. So we were just thinking about the cutting machine. Previously, if we had to do that, what a struggle we have to do, Now you prompted somebody to bring out this, innovate this, cutting machine. In such a short time, with minimum labor, this operation can be done. Because we all come from that background, where we used to see manually, the tool is called axe. The person has to operate with the axe and then sawing everything, by hand. So when we see this, because there it takes about 5 hours, 6 hours, and we have to be very, very careful in what way it will, the tree will fall, we don't know idea. But here with rope is also one more innovation. Intelligence, where should we cut, how should we proceed, and then the machinery. So we may be seeing an operation, but as a spiritual aspirant, as a sadhaka, we see something more to it. That's what we are trying to understand. What all we have provided, Music is at our door in our bedroom, no? Everything. You don't need even a laptop or a computer or a tablet. That small thing, the 11th wonder, mobile. Everywhere you can carry, everywhere. What a wonderful facility you have now offered to us. We make use of that, we enjoy that, but we hardly think about the power behind it. So suppose we start bringing this into our mind, our journey on actualizing surrender might get speeded up. Again we are back to square one, so we will forget about all these things. So constantly, anything that we handle, if we try to bring the God dimension, the power behind that particular one, it might help. So surrender is a process. We have to devise various methods by praying to Him, and you will see miraculously or mysteriously, it will all come up. The moment we are earnest about it, all those dimensions will become clearer and clearer and clearer. A few days back, we don't know how to explain it in English, still we will try. We have heard about this, how to extract coconut oil from coconut. So in Malayalam we say Venda Vadichanna. It is a good thing whenever you have got wound. It is very effective, good for health. You don't even need ghee. In the rice you put half a spoon of it. The aroma is such that it helps for digestion, and it becomes tasty, everything. So we have done it probably 5-6 years back. So 2 days back we requested somebody to do it and they brought it. But you know the process? We first create we develop, the coconut, and then soak it in hot water, little hot water, and then the milk out of it comes out with the help of a cloth. We try to squeeze as much as that from the created coconut, and then we put it in the cooker and switch on the gas. We have to wait for 4 to 5 hours. And finally, when all the water content has been taken away, the white thing is there. Then you look at it. We have been intensely looking the stage where the oil gets separated from this. It's a wonderful, wonderful yatra. It's a wonderful exercise. And a particular moment, the white thing becomes a kalkam, and it gets separated from the oil. Suddenly you start remembering, at the time of bringing out this coconut, how did you insert this oil there? You have put the oil there, but to take the oil out, how much we have to struggle? Human effort. Suddenly we become aware of the wonderful, wonderful gift He has given. We, as Kerala, we all enjoy coconut oil. It applies to the same thing for sesame. What do you call it? Til oil. Or groundnut oil. So how He has given in all these nuts the oil content, which is good for our maintaining the health. And to take it out from that, first we should know it contains, So he makes somebody to probe deep into it and declare that it is an oil seed. And then somebody starts doing it, experimenting. Finally he comes out, yes. You might be knowing, some of you might be definitely knowing how it started. They will put it in a pestle and one rod will be there. Then bullocks will be tied to that chuck, and it will be going round and round. Because of that, the squeezing takes place, and then we go there, the whole place will be full of that oil aroma, and we get directly from it. Later on, when the demand became so much, and it was not possible to have it, along with that somebody developed an expeller. It is called an expeller, a machine by which it expels the oil from the content, and then refined. So many things. So then you just imagine how God has that power has put this in different nuts, this oil content, for the sake of his own creation. So he not only put this oil inside, he gave the intelligence to some individual, some of his creation, and to probe deep into it and to chalk out by trial and method a process by which it can be unearthed and made use of. Surrender aspect comes. Anything. That butter, milk, coffee, tea. Suddenly we realize we don't need any scriptural background for this, excepting awakening. Rest of the things are our own effort. Our own effort. Because he has paraded before us different types of objects for us to learn. Papa used to put the word beautiful, it was really a very inspiring word. The great provider. The quotation is, he is the great provider, and he who trusts him is never lost. He is the great provider. Behind everything, he is the great provider, and he who trusts him, Trusts, is never lost. Putting surrender in a different word. So now it is becoming somewhat clear that surrender can become a reality only when we start seeing the great provider behind anything and everything. So let us be on that process. It is not this process like, it looks simple, but we have to keep on praying to him. Let me not arrogate that I have brought out this invention or discovery or innovation. Let me always try to see that you are there behind it. Even to understand this, I need you. Even to unearth this, I need you. Please kindly make me aware of your presence in all these things. Similarly, each one can develop in one's own way how to develop this attitude of surrender. This is the most important factor in one's spiritual journey. And it is the culmination of the spiritual journey also. So today, that is why probably he made one devotee here to suggest this, because he wants us to know the importance of it. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. at the beginning of the session, he made one devotee to ask, be the light unto yourself and in your own original way. Finally, he comes back to this, that we have to devise our own method. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Pranams to everybody, pranams to everybody.